Good morning. It's Dave Eastbrook. It is Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014. I'm talking to you from Lexington, Massachusetts. It's about a little after 8 in the morning here. It's raining here in Lexington today, so, fall's here. That's always good. I took the day off yesterday. Didn't do a show yesterday. I spent most of my day thinking and praying and thinking about the people in my life, and how blessed I am to live, to be alive right now. And I spent some time talking to the cat boy, CB, as you guys know him, and was trying to come up with something to talk about today. And I guess I decided, well, I don't know, maybe I'll just share what's on my mind. So, in the course of what I'm doing right now, I'm at a point in my life when I'm doing a lot of trying to heal from a bunch of things. So, I'm looking around, talking to a bunch of different therapists. Pardon me. Well, I always get hiccups when I do this show. So, I'm talking to a couple of different therapists, and that's all good. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, so I was thinking about how we all go through life, and we have all these things that bother us and hold us back from what we could be, make us less happy than maybe we should be or could be, and that's certainly been the case in my life. And as I've told you before, I'm an alcoholic, and I try to escape a lot of my feelings by drinking and numbing out, and that works to a point, but then it doesn't work anymore, and you find yourself in a place where it's either take one path or the other. You're either going to die or you're going to face what's going on. And fortunately for me, that happened to me last year, and so I've been going through a lot of healing and work. I go to my meetings, and I read a lot of books and do all that stuff. And my wife Judy, who I've mentioned before, she's a therapist. Well, she's not a therapist yet, but boy, is she good at it. She has worked on me like you wouldn't believe. If you saw the way I was a year from now, you wouldn't even recognize me. A year from now? A year ago. It's early in the morning. I'm not awake yet. Only had one cup of coffee, and I think Judy made the coffee this morning. I think she put a little more decaf in it than I usually do, so I'm a little punchy. Just got out of the shower, as you can see. But at any rate, so I've been working really hard, and so I'm looking around, I'm talking to various folks who make a living out of helping train wrecks like me, and I'm making some progress, and I'm glad about that. And I guess when I look at the Love Project and what it's all about, and what I really want to do here is I want other people to reach out for help, because we should be happier than we are. I look around in the news every day, and I see the horrible things that are going on, and I see all the I read the paper. Boy, that's tough. It's tough to look at the Boston Globe in the morning. I usually just go right to the sports section and hope that some of the local teams did well. And then there were to, read the comics because, whatever. But the news is always so harsh and so rough, and it's tough to go through life like seeing all of this negative stuff all the time. And we feel it at home a lot too. I mean, I think that when it comes right down to it, part of what has made me feel less than ideal on a day-to-day basis is just fear, hopelessness, loneliness. Oh, I'm still wet from the shower. Sorry about that. Not connected to my fellow man. And I look at the Bible, and it says right there, love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. And we should look at ourselves and love ourselves. God made you. You're an amazing, amazing creation. I am. kind of funny to look at, I think. Judy doesn't seem to mind. But, you know, we should love each other. Love each other more. Express it more. My gosh. I mean, wow. You know, how hard is it to give a person a smile and say a nice thing to somebody when you're passing them in the store, or when you're, you know, I go to the grocery store, and I always make a point to say hello and ask how their day is, and I want to know how their day is going. You know, the person who's doing their job. We have a market basket here in the Boston area. Some of you might know about that because of the kerfluffle that was going on with the labor thing here. Well, market basket is a big part of our life because we use it a lot. We go there a lot. We go to the Whole Foods over there in Winchester, and we go to the market basket in Burlington for some other stuff. And I was really, you know, I like the market basket. It's big, it's crowded, but the people are awfully nice, and so I was very much in favor of the market basket folks getting fair wages and all that stuff. I thought it was great that they got their fella, that Art T, in place. I thought that was great. I was all for it, and so things centered back to normal. Unfortunately, that means the parking lot's jam packed. You got to pick your time when you're going to the market basket to get your Gatorade. I drink a lot of Gatorade, and we go through a lot of cat food. You know, usual stuff. We go to the Whole Foods, of course, which I like. You know, I'm kind of a foodie. I don't know what a foodie really is. I just like really good stuff. And Judy's really into stuff that's healthy. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm maybe wondering if I've lost too much weight. You know, I was pretty thin growing up, and then I got pretty big. I got, you know, worked out a lot and played hockey, and you got to be kind of big for that. And I got up to about 250 pounds, and you know, I'm a big tall guy. I'm 6'4", so I thought I could carry it pretty well. But you know, I developed some health problems like high blood pressure and such. And so I'm trying to change my diet up a little bit, and you know, I'm watching. I'm not really watching my weight. I'm trying to be careful about what I eat. Eating right is really important. It's one of those things I love about Ithaca. I grew up in Ithaca, New York, and one of the things that's awesome about Ithaca is they're really, really conscientious about things like organic food and natural stuff, and you know, supporting the local farmer and all that stuff. I want to get back to Ithaca soon. There's a lot of friends of mine that are there that I haven't seen in a long, long time. I imagine Ithaca's changed a great deal since the last time I was there. It has to have. I mean, when the last time? Probably 1997, maybe? 1997. That's a long time to be gone. But Judy, I want to take Judy back to show her Ithaca. That's where I was born. My mom, Pam McCrae, she had me there, and you know, I was adopted there, and I grew up there, and I still have a lot of folks on my Facebook page are from Ithaca. Some still live there. We chat back and forth a whole lot. Wow, I'm hot and sweaty down here. Sorry, this is kind of a stream of consciousness thing, and it's not very polished. As I've said before, yes, it's clear I do need a producer to make this a professional, you know, polished kind of show, but it's my show, and I'm the only one doing it for now, and it's kind of rambling and all over the place, and at some point, someone who knows what they're doing with this thing is going to rein me in and sort of sculpt it into something that'll probably be a little bit more commercial or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyhow, so let's get back to the subject at hand, which is always going to be about love, loving the people in your life. So I had a moment last night when with Judy. She came home a little late from work, and I was already in bed. Boy, you know, you ever have that moment when you just feel just nothing but love for somebody? That's all you feel. That's all you feel. It just goes all the way through you. And I had that feeling. I had that feeling most of the time anyway, but it just hit me. Just hit me, hit me, hit me. And it was the best feeling I can feel. And, you know, I was just like, wow, for the first time in my life, I'm feeling what love feels like. And what it's like to be in love. And to love someone else. And for them to love me. Wow. You know, I just hope that, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be great if we could all find that in our lives? You know, I know we go through life and we have relationships, and sometimes they're not as good as we'd like them to be, and sometimes they're rough, and sometimes they end, and there's a lot of pain involved in all of that stuff. And boy, I feel terrible. I've been through some rough relationships that didn't end well, and those hurt a lot, and I carry that with me. I carry that stuff with me now, and it's more money for my therapists, I suppose. But you know, I just, again, you know, I find myself most of the time these days thinking about people who might be hurting, who might be feeling, wondering if there's somebody out there for them. Well, I'm here to tell you there is. The first person that's there for you is God. God loves you. Always does, always has, always will. He created you. He loves you. But sometimes it's nice to have a human being sitting right next to you to put their arms around you and tell you that they love you and give you some affection. I understand that. I have that with Judy, and I'm really grateful for that. And you know, I've noticed that I've become kind of a hugging kind of guy. I like to hug people. I'm a big guy, so when you get hugged by me, you get hugged. It's a heck of a hug, I suppose. I hope it doesn't alarm folks when I do it, but I find that, you know, the more that we hug people and express how much we care, it makes people feel good. And that is really kind of how I want to go through my life, how I want to live my life, how I want to go through my day. If I can go to bed at night and feel as though that I may have made someone feel good at some point in my day, then I feel that I've done my job as a human being. And if I've hurt somebody in my day, well, I sure as heck better make sure that I make that up to them, because I don't want to hurt anybody either. Well, these things I'm starting to figure out what kind of a time limit to put on these things, but I guess I'm wearing my Walden Pond shirt here. I don't know if it shows up on the camera there. Walden Pond. I love living in this area because you get to go see all these really neat things. Walden Pond, where Thoreau wrote that book. It's right up the road here. This is, as Judy always says, next town over. We walk around that. It's a wonderful place. If you ever get up in the area, go on up there and look at it. And I got this shirt up there. It's one of my favorite shirts. I love it. Well, it's a rainy day here in Lexington, Massachusetts. I'm going to go up and see one of my clients today, and I'm going to be talking with someone who I might sign on as my new therapist. Hard to say, but I just wanted to check in. As always, this is Dave Eastbrook. This is the Love Project from Lexington, Massachusetts. God loves you. I love you. Love the people in your life and know that you are loved. Feel peace and share some peace. Do something nice for someone today. I'm going to. Thank you very much, and God bless.